In the last video, we learned about environment variables and how we could set up different environments. But one of the problems that we have currently that we really need to address is that state currently lives on this laptop. Why do I need it in the cloud? Well, state is Terraform's source of truth. It's everything Terraform knows about your infrastructure, what it should create, what it should edit, and what it should destroy. Local state would only work in a scenario when you have exactly one person and one machine that can touch state. That not only is not sustainable, it doesn't scale. Today, we're going to fix this by moving our state from the laptop to the cloud. So how do we get state into the cloud? We need object storage, like Amazon's S3 bucket. However, because we're using Hetzner already, I don't want to go and switch and have multiple providers and overly complicate things. So we're going to use Hetzner's object storage and back up our state to it. So what we need to do is create our object storage, create our key for our object storage, and then use that to get the state into the cloud. Let's see how complicated this is going to be. Let's get into the code. So here we are in the Hetzner console, and they have their object storage. So we can go ahead and create a bucket. So I've got to give my bucket a name. So I just created Terraform state backup for my bucket name. And so now we're going to go ahead and create that. So now we have that Terraform state backup. Clicking into this, we need to generate our credentials. So I'm going to give a description for these credentials and just call this Terraform state learning. Generate these credentials. So this gives me an access key and a secret key. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and in my environment variables, I'm going to create some TF-var files and store these keys in those TF-var files. Now, if you're using GitHub Actions, you would store these as GitHub Actions secrets, and that's what we'll do in the future. I've got those two environment variables set up, and the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and create a storage.tf, and this is going to be set up for my backend storage. So I've created my storage file. I gave it the bucket name that I provided, which is that Terraform state backup. I gave it the endpoint for the object storage, and this is where my object storage bucket is created. I do know that through some research that I have to skip these validation checks. One of the things that I'm not sure about right now is I haven't provided it my access key or my secret key. But just to try it, let's see what happens if we run it now. So I'm going to run a Terraform plan using my production TF-vars file. Okay, so this is telling me that I have to reinitialize my Terraform project because I did have it initialized with creating the state file locally. So let me run a Terraform and I'm getting an error here that it says endpoint is deprecated. And I think I have this wrong. I think this actually needs to be endpoints, curly brace, and then S3. So I said, let's make this var hcloud storage endpoint. So let's go ahead and go into our variables and make a variable for hcloud storage endpoint. All right, so we have our endpoint and our dev environment file. I'm going to go ahead and pass that in because as I create this, I'm going to be using the dev instance. So let's see, I think that is better. So let's run Terraform init again. We have an error where it says complete URL is expected. And this is because I wrapped this in quotes and I should have just done this and this. All right, let's run it again. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we're getting two errors here, right? One, we don't have credentials, and then two, this apparently doesn't allow variables. So let's just do this. And I can pull this out. No need to leave these variables sitting around if they can't be used. All right, let's see. What errors do we have now? Okay, so it looks like it's just complaining that no credentials are provided. So we need to figure out how to pass our credentials in. It looks like Terraform is expecting a specific AWS access underscore key ID and an AWS secret access key ID. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my environment variables and I'm going to change their names to match these. Okay, so I've updated those variables to match what I found with my search, still getting no valid credential sources found. Okay, if I understand what this is saying right, in this instance, these aren't considered Terraform environment variables. These are just going to be considered AWS environment variables. So you don't prefix them with tfvar. So let's see if this works. Yeah, so it looks like that's what it was. So it looks like it's initializing the backend properly now. So now let's see what happens when I run Terraform plan. It wants me to enter the server name. Anybody know why? I didn't provide it the variable file. So let's run Terraform plan and say var file equals, and let's do our dev.tfvars. And I think I have to wrap this in quotes. There we go. Okay, so it's showing us everything it's going to create, everything it's going to destroy. And currently, I don't have anything in the cloud. I destroy everything after I run. So that's why it's showing that it's going to create everything. So I'm going to run a Terraform apply and apply that development file. And here's what I'm expecting to happen. I'm expecting it to create my firewalls, my SSH key, and the server in the cloud. But I'm also expecting it to copy my state into my bucket. So there should be a state file in my bucket now. Let's see if that's what happens. So now everything's created. Let's take a look at the console and see what we have. So we see that we have our server. I didn't update its name to episode 7. Unfortunately, I should have. We have our firewalls and they're fully applied to the server, so that's good. We have our default SSH key, that's good. And then in our object storage, we have 0 files. Oh, no, we don't. We have 1 file and we have our Terraform state file. So we've successfully copied our Terraform state file into the cloud. Getting our state file into the cloud really sets us up for having a team environment where multiple team members can modify our infrastructure. It also sets us up for a good CI/CD pipeline so that we can modify, make pull requests, merge those pull requests, and then those changes are implemented. This really produces a good foundation for automation and safe team collaboration. And this is the real transition from us just locally tinkering to actually producing infrastructure as code. In the next episode, we're going to take a closer look at our repo structure. And then in the following episodes, we're going to look at enhancing our pull requests, formatting our Terraform files so that we keep our structure all nice and aligned. And then finally, in the last episode, we're going to look at deploying with CI/CD. So if you're enjoying what you're learning, please consider subscribing and come on this journey with me where we build out our infrastructure as code and automate our deployments. I'll see you in the next one.